Hi, you're on a Brain Lab channel. Subscribe to the channel and share videos with your friends. In this video, we will talk about 9 psychological tricks that always work. Trick number 1. How to recognize surveillance. There are situations where you are sure that someone behind you is following you. This can happen on public transportation, in the cafe, or on the street. If you turn around to make sure, the person will of course pretend not to follow you and look the other way. There is a clever working trick that will help you know exactly who was watching you. Just yawn. Yawning is contagious. When we look at person yawning, very often we repeat after him and begin to yawn themselves. This is how the brain works. Turn around after a few seconds and the person who was watching you will be yawning at that moment. That's how you recognize someone who has been following you. Give me a like if you feel like yawning right now while watching this video. Trick number 2. Eye contact. You've probably heard the expression, the eyes are a mirror of the soul, the eyes don't lie, and so on. If during a conversation the person avoids an answer, keeps silent and does not want to give out important information for you, do this trick. Just continue to stand still and look intently into the eyes of your interlocutor. At this point, he will feel uncomfortable and as a consequence will continue to talk. This greatly increases your chance of hearing the information you want to achieve. Moreover, your silence and stare will make the person speak honestly. He will think that in fact you know the truth or some part of it, and lying of this situation is useless. By the way, write in a comment how often you lie or prefer to always tell the truth. Only write honestly, otherwise it will not be interesting. Number 3. Asking for a favor when one is tired. Our rational and critical thinking work much better when we are alert and energetic. When someone is tired, they are more likely to comply with your request because rejection and finding reasons for it is much more difficult task for a brain. You can use this trick when you want to get something from Swigo or colleague. Just ask at the end of the day. Trick number 4. If you like one of your colleagues or your acquaintances, but you are not sure if you have feelings for you in return, try a simple trick. At the moment when gathered a company of several people and someone said a funny joke, look at the person you like. If he looks at you in this moment, then he has feelings for you in return. Psychologists have noticed that we tend to look at the person we like at the moment when we laugh. So you can safely use this trick. Write in the comments if you have had similar situation. Number 5. The trick with a phone. Try to approach your friend or acquaintance at the moment when he is talking. If at this moment a friend has something in his hands, just take it and pull it on yourself. With a 95% probability, a person will give you this item and may not remember what he gave later. As you know, our brain does not cope well with multitasking, and when we are busy with one task, for example, talking on the phone, we can almost not control what is happening around. That is why you should not talk on the phone while driving or in other situations where full focus is required. Trick 6. Open gestures. When we begin contact with a person, the first thing that catches our eyes is their gait, gestures, and posture. Most people at this moment slouch, cross their arms, lower their head, keep their hands in their pocket, or make other gestures that are as close to the other person as possible. This is normal reaction where we are worried, anxious. Subconsciously, we are trying to protect ourselves, so we resort to closed gestures. Of course, it's difficult to cause sympathy interlocutor in such moments. He subconsciously feels threatened and that you are hiding something. So at such moments, it's better to control yourself and your body language. Give yourself the installation and advance to strengthen your posture, keep your head down and take your hands out of your pocket. If you sit, Keep your hand straight and try to keep your postures as relaxed and open as possible. Over time this will become a habit and you will easily evoke sympathy from the first minutes of communication even with strangers. Number 7. Multiple lies. If you want to expose a liar, use this trick. Throughout history, an enormous number of criminals have been caught using this trick. When an unfaithful spouse tries to talk about where he spent last night, he usually only thinks about the surface layers on his lie. He will lie about what he saw and heard. People tend to use only these two senses, hearing and seeing, in their lies. Suppose the unfaithful husband spends the night with friends in the bar watching a basketball game. For example, if you ask him what the dish tasted like that, the unfaithful husband claims that he ate last night with friends at a bar. There is a good chance he'll get confused and give himself away. You can also inquire more about the match by asking him about the score of the match ending with, who scored first, and so on. Most liars don't think through their lies in detail, and it gives them away. They begin to stutter, confuse their words. Trick 8. The closed door rule. In movies, you often see a suspect being put in a dark corner of the room during an interrogation and trying to get as much information out of him as possible. In real life, professional intelligence officers prefer completely different tactics. They know a person will tell a lot more information if they feel comfortable. In a situation of stress, many people close themselves off and are unable to have a normal dialogue. In addition, stress blocks the memory and makes us forget even the most basic things. If you need to ask a person important information, try to create a comfortable environment for him. Speak calmly without raising your voice. Don't sit too close to him. Violating personal space you make a person nervous. An important aspect is also the presence of door nearby. If a person sees the door, he subconsciously feels that he has a potential opportunity to leave the premise. In this way, he calms down and becomes more sociable. Final trick, number 9. Many people get excited in front of a large audience of people, even if you don't have to give a speech, but just stand there and be quiet. And that's absolutely normal. To feel more confident speaking in front of a large audience of people, use the following trick. Pick one point, it can be a detail of the interior or a specific person, and focus on it. This way your attention will be focused, the excitement will not go away completely, but you will be much more relaxed. Thank you for watching this video. Like it, write a comment, subscribe to the channel. See you on Brain Lab channel.